Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Coming up this week, Disney announces their 24-hour event for 2015, and they hint at a possible name change to Disney's Hollywood Studios. And we're going to talk about other stuff. All that coming up next. From the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode 791 for the week of March 17th, 2015. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, coming to you from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined at the table this week by my good friends, John Magi.
Hi, everybody.
Jenny Lynn Knopp.
Hey, guys.
Kathy Whirling.
Hi.
Corey Martin.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
And back in the production nook, we have a full house. Rhino Clavin on the switch.
Hello.
Our producer, Dustin West, along with associate producer, Craig Williams.
Good tidings.
Salutations.
And also back there, for those watching, because he doesn't have a microphone, my good friend, my very dear friend of 25 years, Kevin Gilburn. So, why is everybody saying hello now?
I don't know.
Because on that thread on the boards that asked about things we could do to improve the show, they said for those who listen and don't watch, this part where you introduce everybody's a lot of dead air.
Just an awkward pause.
Yeah.
So it's an awkward pause. So we've started to say hi to
I'm already over it.
listeners.
Corey's like, moving on.
Well, for those who listen and don't watch, I also want to make sure that you guys know we have some things coming up in the next couple of weeks because of our travel schedule. Next week's show, the one that will go up on the 24th, is going to be an audio-only show. It's only going to be available on iTunes. We are going to put a video of some kind up on YouTube, but it's not going to be our show.
Right.
We are going to be out in California, and we made the decision not to lug all the equipment out there to do a video show. So, for next week's show, for the 24th, we are going to be audio only. And there will be, like I said, there will be something up on YouTube. And you may also be aware that we are not going live right now. We're actually recording this on Sunday the 15th because the vast majority of the team is heading out to California for our Disneyland 7 and 7. And so we're recording this now. This will go up on Tuesday. And like I said, we'll have a show for you next week that will be audio only on iTunes. You'll need to download it. So deal with that.
I think that's going to be fun doing that.
Yeah, I haven't done one of those in a long time, so it'll be fun. And also, obviously, because the whole team is going to be out in California, the View with Jenny Lynn and Teresa.
The View? The Trip.
I always do that. The View. The Trip.
It is kind of like The View,
It is kind of like The View in a way, with just less people and no Rosie O'Donnell. You need a big butch lesbian.
Well, we're working on that.
Okay, good. The Trip with Jenny Lynn and Teresa has been pre-recorded, as well as the Universal show, Craig Williams and Jenny Lynn and Rhino and Dustin and Julie Martin, although Julie wasn't there this week.
Nah, not on that one.
So it's, shows this week are pre-recorded, but still just as wonderful as ever. Craig, what do you guys talk about this week?
Well, we are doing our 101 overview of City Walk, finally wrapping things up. So it was an interesting episode, to say the least. I think you might want to rethink that whole wonderful part that you just used to describe it, but it's definitely informational.
This is Craig lowering expectations.
Really? He's a salesman.
It was
Not
a
that
long
qualifier.
day.
And Jenny Lynn, what are you guys talking about this week?
Oh, shoot. What did we talk about?
We talked about
I know what it
things.
was. We talked about special things that you can do on your trip to kind of give it that little extra something. Like if you've got a birthday or celebrating an anniversary, or whatever the occasion is, people often ask, what can we do to give it a little something extra? We talk about a few of those ideas.
Awesome. Of course, the trip, Wednesday, 1 p.m., that will go up, and the Universal edition of the Diz Unplugged goes up on Thursday. And the Disneyland edition of the Diz Unplugged records live every Monday, Mixlr.com, and that goes up on iTunes on Monday. So we just have we have a lot going on. We have a lot going on this week. Like I said, we're heading out to California. Very excited, very, very excited to be out in Disneyland again. We're out there for 8 days. So, be sure to check out social media, things like that. We'll be posting things depending on our mood. You will notice that certain, it seems like social media usage increases when we start pouring drinks into these guys. So, especially once they get to Trader Sam's, then it's all bets are off. So,
Completely accurate.
I also want to remind everybody about some of the meets that are coming up, specifically the Richmond, Virginia Diz meet to raise money for Give Kids the World the weekend of April 10th, and the New Jersey meet to raise money for Give Kids the World the weekend of April 24th, right?
Yeah.
24th through 26th.
24th through the 26th. We need your support, guys. We need your support. So please, please, please come on out. Help us raise money. You need to register in advance. There's a lot of great stuff going on. We're going to have links to everything in the show notes page, disunplugged.com, where you can find, all the information about these meets. I will tell you, most of us are going to be there. Myself, Dustin, Craig, Jenny Lynn, Kathy, and Teresa are all going to be at both of those meets. We're going to be doing shows in Richmond and in New Jersey. So if you want to come out and see a show recorded and meet the team and have a great day with other Dizzers and help us raise money for a wonderful cause, please come out and help us out. We really do need the support. So I want to just, that one push.
The Diz meet season begins.
Yep. Well, we refer to this as Travel Palooza now because I'm here. I'm in Disneyland for 8 days. I'm home for 3 days, and then I'm out in Arizona, home from that for a day, and then get back on a plane to go to Richmond, and then like a week and a half later, we're in New Jersey. And then we have other stuff planned in May, and then there's our Diz cruise to Alaska in June.
Correct.
Leaving out of Seattle, and then the Hershey, Pennsylvania meet the end of June. Then our Backstage Magic in San Francisco and California for the
Correct.
60th anniversary of Disneyland is in July, and then of course there's the Nova Scotia meet in August. There is the Indianapolis meet at the end of August, and then I believe New England is happening. The New England meet is happening in September.
Sometime in September.
So, yeah, Travel Palooza we call it, and then of course
Delaware.
our river cruise in Paris.
Right, in Disneyland Paris.
In Disneyland Paris. Can't wait for that. I'm so excited. So excited.
I am so impressed. And
What?
you rattled all those off in order.
From his brain.
I didn't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. And you had all of those just ready to go.
No, I'm very conscious of my travel schedule because I want to kind of get prepare myself for the very short amount of time I will spend in my house. So,
You forgot the last and the best. My wedding.
oh, that's right. And then in November we're in Savannah for Craig's wedding, Friday the 13th.
All grown up.
So, sir.
All grown up, saving China. And what's that from?
Mulan.
Thank you. Real Disney
Is that
fan.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. Oh, my baby's all grown up, saving China.
True Disney fans like Mulan.
We like Mushu.
They know Disney quotes.
Wow. Yeah. Address your comments to Craig at wdwinfo.com. All right. That's all I have for housekeeping. Anything else?
I would just mention, I saw on the boards yesterday that there's a haircut-a-thon for Give Kids the World up in Massachusetts sometime in April. And last year she raised $1,500, I
Wow.
think. So if you're in the Brainerd, Massachusetts area, I think it was, check that out. And Kaylee from Give Kids the World is going to be at the New Jersey meet. So if
That's
you ever
right.
wanted to know more about Give Kids the World, there's somebody right there from the
Awesome.
organization.
Awesome. Anything else for housekeeping before we get to the poll results from last week? All right, last week we asked, which current Walt Disney World construction project are you most looking forward to? This was also the subject of the segment that they did last week. And with 35% of the vote, the clear winner in this poll was the rumored Star Wars expansion at Hollywood Studios. It's so funny. This has not been officially announced, but it's so accepted as fact that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
35% of the people that answered this poll, that's what they're looking forward to. Coming in second, at 22%, Disney Springs. At 19%. In third place, Avatar Land at Animal Kingdom at just under 15%. In fourth place, Animal Kingdom Rivers of Light. In fifth, with about 5%, the Magic Kingdom Hub expansion. And tied for sixth with 2.2% each, the Poly expansion and the Frozen Pavilion in Norway. I'm calling it the Pavilion, the Frozen Ride in Norway.
Yeah.
But it might as well be the Frozen Pavilion because that's pretty much what they're doing. So, our winner this week of the $50 Disney gift card is Keith. Was it 50 or 25? What do we give out?
For the
50.
50, okay. $50 Disney gift card going to Keith Chandler. So congratulations, Keith. We'll be reaching out to you to get your information. And you have a $50 Disney gift card. And because he's the one who suggested the idea for the poll, Paul Evans will also be getting a $50 Disney gift card. So thank you, Paul. Thank you, Keith.
Just a note on that. We had a lot of poll suggestions coming in, and a lot of them were in this vein. Which construction projects are you most excited about? We pretty much used Paul's word for word, and he was also the first one to send that in via email. So,
right.
Just out of fairness, I want to point that out.
If we get a lot of similar suggestions, we're going to go with the person who sent it in first.
Right.
Just because it's a unbiased way of doing it. So, but thank you for that, Paul. Now, for next week's poll, this comes to us from Kathleen Trask. What extra would you like Disney to add for purchase that they don't currently have? Would it be a portrait or PhotoPass photographer that you could book to be with you as you went around the park, which I think is a very interesting idea? The ability to purchase extra fast passes for a given day, the ability to purchase front of the line access for one ride character visit per ticket, the ability to purchase early entrance to the park without a dining reservation, or the ability to purchase early access for fast pass and dining reservations. Very interesting concepts. If you could pay money to get, maybe a 75-day window on certain things, or a 190 or 200-day window on dining.
Oh, I could just see the fear on the boards.
No, absolutely. But I think it's a very interesting question to ask.
It is.
And this is one I never would have thought of. This is a brilliant idea for a poll. And we are, I'm done trying to come up with these poll ideas. So I really need you guys to send them in. You guys have been great. You've been sending in a lot. Some of them I just don't think will work, so we're not going to use them. But the ones I think will work, I'm putting in a document so I know. And I've got them to pull from. Podcast at disunplugged.com.
One piece of advice I would give people is, because it's a poll, we have to have specific things people can.
Yeah, you've got to
register.
give me, and if you want the $50 gift card for this, you've got to give me a fully formed poll. Don't just give me the concept of the poll. Give me the options. So I want to be able to do a cut and paste here, people. For $50, I ain't doing any work.
Is it 50 or 25 on those? Huh? Is it 50 or 25?
No, each one gets 50.
Okay.
The person who suggested it and the random winner.
Gotcha.
Also, I want to point out, too, that can't be open-ended. We've been getting a lot of been sort of open-ended. What do you think we should do here type of stuff? A poll has to have certain.
Yeah, it's got to be something where you've got, 3, 4, maybe 5 choices that people can vote on. So,
And know more about Polish people in general.
What's that?
We've gotten some, what are supposed to be witty, funny, and some of them are funny, but they're taking the words literally. The poll, they was like, "What's your favorite poll?" And Magic Kingdom, the flag poll.
So that's if you want to suggest a poll, podcast at disunplugged.com or head out to disunplugged.com/contact. You can leave us a voicemail there or send us your email from there. And we always like that. So, all right, that is going to do it for housekeeping. We're going to move over to Johnny with the news.
All right. As always, I like to start out with the happiest story first. Michael Graves, architect of several Disney buildings, dies at age 80. Michael Graves, the architect who designed the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin Resort, died Thursday, March 13th.
Does that mean the name Graves is now ironic?
At the age of 80. Graves was known for his whimsical postmodern style and designed buildings all over the world. In addition to the Swan and Dolphin, he designed Burbank's Team Disney building in 1986. This building is topped with statues of the Seven Dwarves and is a recognizable symbol of the Disney Company. In 1989, he designed the Disney Hotel New York at Disneyland Paris, meant to look like an Art Deco New York building. He also designed the Team Disney building in Walt Disney World, located across the street from the newly remodeled Disney Springs. Michael Eisner, former Disney president, had said of him, quote, Michael Graves is an architect for whom design has no boundaries. There is no such thing as an insignificant object. Graves passed away at his home in Princeton, New Jersey.
And he was a favorite of Michael Eisner.
He was.
Michael Graves and Robert A.M. Stern were the two architects, because Eisner has a real passion for architecture, and that's one of his hobbies actually. And he loved Michael Graves. He loved Robert A.M. Stern. So I'm not surprised there's a quote from him in here.
The Team Disney building is so impressive with that.
Very unique.
Has a sundial right in the center of
Yeah.
it.
It's actually, if you look at it from the air, it's actually a giant watch. It's a watch band, and the center looks like the watch face,
Oh, cool.
and inside it's a sundial. I don't know if this is still true. When I was a cast member, you used to be able to go into that building and ask to look at the sundial. I don't know if that's still the case anymore, but
I know,
visitors
even
can
just because that's where my bank is. So just even going to the bank, you have to give your ID, and
You used to be able to ask, and a security guard would escort you over and watch you, so you didn't sort of wander off into the building. But it's a very, very cool building. His designs are so unique, and so you could tell right away.
Yeah.
That's Graves. That's
He
Graves.
also did a lot of merchandise for Target. So you might
Yes, he
not
did.
know him for buildings,
did.
but know him from Target.
Correct. All right, our second news story. Disney's Hollywood Studios to be renamed. During a shareholders meeting Thursday, March 12th, Bob Iger let it slip that Disney's Hollywood Studios would soon be getting a new name. The Walt Disney Company chairman and CEO was taking questions from the audience and was asked by a young member of the audience if the park would be renamed. Iger confirmed this, then backtracked after realizing that this has not yet been made public. He followed up by saying that the park will see a significant overhaul, which will result in rebranding when everything is completed.
What is going on with CEOs of these companies slipping up on
Their
earnings
shareholders.
calls?
Yeah.
We had the CEO of Comcast slip up and announce that the new attraction going in over at Jurassic Park was in fact going to be King Kong, which was not supposed to be announced yet. And now we have Iger. I mean, these guys are usually very disciplined with this stuff. So I wonder, is it really an accident?
It's
or,
intentional.
You know, is it intentionally accidental?
I also have a feeling that what happens is there's so much going on and so much information, and they're trying to control it, that he may not know what's been out or what's not been released yet.
Well, and also with social media, I mean, one little slip, I mean, it's spread
Yeah.
like wildfire.
Sure did.
It's not the old days where now this
Yeah.
would have been reported in a paper 3 days later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's out the second you hear it.
Is my mic level okay with you guys? Because it sounds a little low in my headset. I just want to make sure that we're good. Okay, sorry.
And it was a 6-year-old kid supposedly that asked him. And it's like, what does a 6-year-old kid know about changing the name of a studio?
Well, let's ask the question. What do we think they're going to change it to?
I think it's going to be just plain Disney Studios. That makes the most sense to me.
Hollywood Adventure.
Hollywood Adventure. Interesting.
They're saying that some of the rehab of the overall of the park might be more close to California Adventure.
I would like to see that.
I would have nothing against
Look,
that.
you know, I'm telling you right now, I am still saying this. We had announced this rumor a couple of years ago that Cars Land was going to come to Hollywood Studios, and I'm telling you, there's no way it doesn't. There's no way it doesn't. We had this from such a perfect source. I won't say what it is, but we had it from such a perfect source. There's no way this plan has not been on the drawing
There's
board.
no doubt that Backlot is going to be Cars Land. There's no doubt. That's what's going to happen.
It's got to.
I'm telling you right now.
It's got to.
So I do agree with Dustin. I think Disney Studios is right because you have to have something that just is the umbrella for now, Lucasfilm and Pixar and all those things that are under that.
As long as you all understand, none of these changes are going to occur within our lifetime. That we're going to see this stuff happen probably around 2110. Is when this construction is going to be finished.
Only 95 years.
You know, we can, be happy for the three generations from now that we'll actually be able to enjoy this.
It's like Manifest Destiny.
Did you see too? There was an article that went around this week about the $1 billion, investment that they did on Magic Bands. But did you see where they were doing the testing in the hot set next to Toy Story Mania? It's like that's where they had all the mock-ups and they were doing all the testing in there. It's like, you know how many times I walked past there that if I would have known, that fascinates me.
Well, first of all, I read part of the Wired article. Once I realized it was kind of a praise piece
Oh yeah, it
for
was.
Disney, I stopped reading. But, Disney's $1 billion bet, no, actually, it's their $2.5 billion bet now. They've gone so far over on their budget with My Disney Experience that it's more of a $2.5 billion bet. But yeah, that's one of those articles that Disney arranges.
Oh, most
I mean,
definitely.
this was such a praise piece. Not one negative thing in that article that I read anyway. I mean,
Right.
like I said, once I got to a certain point, I'm like, okay, got it. Not interested.
What do you mean the testing was there? Was that,
That's where they did the mock-ups, and they had everything set up in that, that hot set next to. That's where they
there
were.
used to be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That's
That-
that.
No.
That's where they did last year was the Darce Mall,
Soundstage 1.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
but right
They
where they're
did Narnia there.
No,
No,
it's down
no.
further.
Oh,
Right.
so sad. He hasn't been in the park in so long. He doesn't know where anything is.
Right
Is that
next
where
to-
Cinderella's castle is?
yeah.
I can't remember. So, but it wasn't open to the public. It wasn't like
No,
you could go in and see
no,
it.
but it's
Oh.
like it was right there. Like I don't know if that fascinates anybody else, but I always
No.
wonder like
No.
where when they're doing their testing. I didn't realize it was. I thought it was like out in Anaheim or somewhere else, but not in a park.
I mean, it was developed.
great
right?
story.
It was a great story. Should tell it at
Gripping.
parties.
Yeah, really.
Just to get
Save it
back
for
on
the
the
plane.
name real quick, just as we were talking, I was thinking, I think it's going to be Disney Studios, and the reason that I feel that way, that it could be that, is because since they opened, basically, all of the, in the park, it was labeled Disney MGM Studios, but all of their official documents for years now have always called it Disney Studios. Any of the promotional videos,
I don't
all
think
that
they
stuff.
would go with that name because there is a Disney Studios. That's what they call in Burbank. It's the Disney Studios. So I don't think they would use that name
Unless
here.
it's Disney
'cause
Studios
it-
theme park.
Internally, I think it would start getting confusing.
Well, Universal does that, right?
Universal Studios,
Florida.
Hollywood, Florida, Singapore, Japan always changes at the end. The only thing that makes me think that it's not going to be a studio's name is because if Toy Story or anything Pixar starts taking over that entire section in the back, all the sound stages are going to start coming down, and that whole history of Hollywood Studios, MGM Studios being an actual production studio is basically going to be going away with the new stuff coming
Well,
in.
I think that's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
I think all that production stuff is going to go away, and they're going to move away from that whole concept of this is a working,
Exactly.
they do the whole thing, and Universal did it too. We're a working television and movie studio. We just happen to have some rides here. It's like, no, you're a theme park, and you do a couple of crappy television shows in your back lot, if that. I don't think anybody's doing production now at Hollywood Studio. Are they?
No.
Are they? No. I mean, there is some production going on, some TV production going on at.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Sharknado.
Sharknado 3, Lavolt's Kids.
Because that's important cinema history.
I'm with Kathy. I think I could see them adding the word adventure to it, something like that. I don't know.
I'm interested to. I wonder what they're going to do with that.
I'd be okay with that.
A lot of changes coming. Again, not going to happen in our lifetime, people. So don't get your hopes up. You're not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. Our kids aren't going to see it. Your grandkids maybe will see it, because we can't build a parking garage in under 18 months. So how long do you think it's going to take? I mean, we're on Avatar Land. What are we on now? Year 22?
Something like that.
I mean, and it's still not going to open until 2018, they're saying?
Oh my god.
Passed by Animal Kingdom theme park going to Animal Kingdom Lodge the other day, and there's a huge building. Is that Avatar? Is that part of Avatar?
Yeah.
That huge structure is now up. So.
What I've heard, rumor-wise, is that might be a big attraction. They keep talking about Avatar Land's going to have flying banshees, and so most likely that's it. That's going to be part of that attraction, possibly along the lines of what Soarin' is.
And don't look. I'm telling you, I'm very excited about Avatar Land. Like one of 7 people that are excited about Avatar Land, but I can't for the life of me figure out what it is. Why are they taking so damn long to build this stuff? Why does it take so long when, again, they have their own regulatory agency? They write their own permits for construction. They don't have to go through any of that bureaucratic red tape. Universal does. Universal doesn't have that regulatory ability. They have to go through the city to get permits and everything and go through that bureaucracy, yet they can do these projects in literally half the time.
It might not be just that. It might be actual construction, because Orlando's in a boom. So they might be hurting for construction companies and actual workers to finish the work.
Now, I would have to
Things
imagine.
are going on at Disney alone.
You know what I think it is? I think they are trying to spread the capital investment out over multiple fiscal years so it doesn't take as big a hit in one particular year. And, great, but again, there goes the guest experience out the window. That's that noise you just heard, the guest experience flying out the window, because, they take, everywhere you turn, it's nothing but construction. At some point, they need to knock this off.
I was surprised. I did a blog this week about the construction at Animal Kingdom. I thought it was less affected than the other parks. No, it's construction wall city, and there's the new attraction Scrimland. There's
Attraction Scrimland.
It's all the way around the Discovery River. They've put up scrims, and some of the scrims it's just trees, and then some of them I'll give Disney points. There's little sayings. There's views of different buildings from like that, but it's like there's construction walls everywhere.
But the argument gets to be made that the price is only going up, so prices just go up, yet people get to experience nothing but scrims, construction walls, and cranes. If I see a crane behind Cinderella Castle again, I swear to God I'm going to have a full-on meltdown on Main Street.
Well, it's going now.
I was just going to say, there's one there now, and it's going to start again when the Christmas lights start in June or whatever.
So, all right.
All right, our third and final news story. 24 Hours of Fun kicks off coolest summer ever at Walt Disney World Resort. The Walt Disney World Resort will kick off the coolest summer ever with 24 hours of nonstop fun during a special event.
I love when you read the press releases.
Don't you like that?
And the way I know it's a press release, because in his script, it's Walt Disney World Resort R, as in registered trademark, because that's how we write. at the Magic Kingdom registered trademark.
You hurt my feeling. There's going to be a 24 hours of nonstop fun during a special event May 22nd through May 23rd at the Magic Kingdom trademark, hosted by Olaf,
Surprise, surprise.
the summer-loving snowman from Disney's blockbuster animated hit Frozen. Magic Kingdom Park will be open 24 hours from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., Friday, May 22nd to Saturday, May 23rd. Guests will be invited to come in costume to show their Disney side, while a selection of favorite attractions, entertainment, special event merchandise, plus food and beverage are on tap all night long to celebrate the start of the coolest summer ever.
John, is your Disney side where you have your feeling?
Really? I'm sitting on my Disney side.
You know, all criticism and joking aside, this is a fun night.
Oh, it
It's gonna be
is.
big fun.
This is a fun night. I'm happy that as of right now, it looks like I'm in town. So I'll get to go do it because we did that last year.
Yeah,
Actually did a whole
great.
family thing. My mom and my sister and my niece, and we got rooms at the Contemporary. I might do that again this year. That might be fun.
It was great last
Yeah.
time. And then I guess this year they're telling you to come in costume.
Well, they've mentioned that before.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some of the 24-hour events, they ask people to do that, whether it's pajamas or something like that.
I'm going to come
Yeah,
dressed
The
as a
first
belly
one
dancer.
was
Yeah.
pajamas.
I'm going to do my belly dancer routine.
It's just nuts with the 24-hour event happening the same night on Disneyland too. That's the same day that they start all of their 60th anniversary stuff.
They're doing a
So I've
24-hour
got to
thing.
imagine that park is going to be impossible to even walk around in. But
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
And you can check out the show notes page. We'll have a link to this story. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. A lot of stuff we know about already. Star Wars weekends, and they try to fill it in by saying stuff will open at downtown Disney, Disney Springs eventually.
Throughout the summer, new
Throughout the
waterfront
summer.
dining and boutique shops open at downtown Disney are shopping, dining, entertainment district as its transformation into Disney Springs continues for the 83rd year.
Takes a while for it to kick in.
So I think the big thing is a 24-hour event. Everyone's excited about that.
It really is. It really is fun. I got to be honest. I wish they would push the boundaries a little bit and start. During we've talked about this previously. During busier times of the year, keep the Magic Kingdom open 24 hours.
Yeah.
Keep it open 24 hours.
I think right now, when they do it sporadically like this, they can make a big event out of it. And I think maybe they want to keep it being like a major event instead of a regular thing.
I think they would be surprised how successful and popular it would be. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a morning or even a day person. I'm a night guy. And Magic Kingdom was open at 1 o'clock in the morning. I absolutely would get in the car and go. Absolutely would get in the car and go.
I said this months ago. Do not be surprised if eventually we see a 24 or maybe a 20-hour theme park. That they close long enough to clean it and do a turnover, but it's going to be Magic Kingdom. Look at it now when there's extra magic hours in the morning and something going on at night.
Yeah.
There's a party at night. It's like, 18 hours now. So I wouldn't be surprised if the future of theme parks is 24 hours.
Oh, those poor cast members.
All right, that's it for the news.
All right, thank you, John. We're going to move on to. Oh wait, we have to give the results of Food Fight, which I don't have in my script.
We have them here.
Oh, good. So, what did we ask? What was it? What was the battle? That's right.
You really don't know anything, do you?
I don't. They just roll me out for parties. I'm a figurehead. That's right.
Princess of Genovia.
Yes, that's me. So we our last Food Fight, we asked you to vote between the M&M and chocolate covered
Rice Krispie treat.
Rice Krispie treat in the shape of a Mickey head, or the M&M and chocolate covered apple sold at the Main Street Confectionery. And let me guess which one
Yeah.
Okay.
won. I'm going to go with the Rice Krispie treat. Was the winner.
Is that your official guess?
Yeah, do I have to sign it or something?
Well, here's the results.
77% to 23%. Wow.
Wow.
But these were, we asked them, when we went in there, we asked them, what are the 2 most popular items you sell? And those were the ones she said. So 77% vote for the Rice Krispie treat versus the chocolate-covered apple. Because there's a fruit underneath that, and that might be healthy. And
I would think it would be more about like hurting your teeth. You have to bite into that hard candied apple.
They'll cut them for you if you ask.
Do they? You're stuck. I didn't know that.
I'm not a big candy
Look at
apple
that
guy.
customer service.
I like it. Rice Krispie
Cut my
treats
apple
just
for me.
taste better
do.
at
They
Disney World.
Just melt in your
I mean, they
mouth.
probably put more sugar in them than you would if at home.
They're shaped like Mickey's head.
Let me see Jenny Lynn's shot again. Yeah, move over a little bit because it's starting to look like a terrorist hostage video. Yeah, okay, there you go.
It's better?
Yeah, that's better. Okay, sorry about that. Jenny Lynn's
many
holding
things
up.
we could say.
She's holding up a USA Today.
So many jokes I can't say.
So, all right. So that was your pick on Food Fight. We don't have another one.
Not prepped for this.
Not
show.
ready for this show. So when we get back, we'll do another one. So, all right. Well, thank you, people, for participating in that. It was very exciting. Let's go ahead and move on to Rapid Fire. We'll start with Johnny.
All right. I know this probably doesn't appeal to a lot of people, but this excites me. There's a new luxury boutique hotel proposed for Orlando's Dr. Phillips Center. Dr. Phillips Center is the performing arts center in Orlando. That's where they do the traveling productions of Broadway shows. And now sort of what they're doing is they're doing this whole sort of promenade expansion out there. Really beautiful. You have
And
to
a nice
see it.
neighborhood.
Yep.
Dr. Phillips, very nice neighborhood.
Well, no, it's not in Dr. Phillips. It's in downtown Orlando.
Oh, okay.
It's named after Dr. Phillips, and actually the theater where we go is the Walt Disney Theater. So the names are confusing, but it's all in downtown Orlando. And it's going to be a 155-room luxury boutique hotel. It's going to be cool because it's going to be sort of state-of-the-art, but boutique-y. It's going to
Is it associated with a particular chain, or is it?
Hilton Curio is the one that they're going after.
Oh, okay.
So there's only 5 locations, including one in Hollywood, Florida. But it's going to have everything from an Avita spa to a rooftop pool and all that stuff. So
An Avita spa. So don't cry for me, downtown Orlando.
Avita spa, you know, Avita.
Lovely.
He's excited about a boutique spa because he gets to wear his pillbox hat and his crocodile clutch. So he does go out in that. I've seen it.
That's how I go to the
He's got a little
theater.
pillbox off to the side and a nice little alligator clutch, and he goes to the theater.
Did you say theater?
In the theater. That's how I go to the theater. With my cigarette in a holder.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. All right, John, thank you very much. Jenny Lynn.
Okay, preschoolers, this rapid fire is for you. Doc McStuffins is coming.
Is this a
to
big audience for me
The animation courtyard.
that I'm not aware of?
We're building.
Okay, and let me ask a question. Does anybody else find the name Doc McStuffins to be a little suggestive?
A little strange.
What does this doctor do?
Well,
Do we have to call somebody?
Bring the picture up.
I will tell you what she does.
Oh, it's a she.
She, yes.
Oh, that's even worse.
Do you see the finger?
Oh,
I should give you a hint of what kind of doctor she is.
I take that back, preschoolers. This is not for you.
We don't go out live, we get punchy. Oh, I love it.
Doc McStuff. Ever since I heard this name, Doc McStuffins, I'm like, what goes on with this?
Now, she has been at the Hollywood and Vine breakfast.
Yes,
I
you
think.
can find Doc McStuffins in the
Oh, that's
Disney-
right. That's the one we went to when we found a cockroach on the floor. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'll
dear.
never step foot in there again.
She's in 2 places. She's in the Disney Junior on Live stage show. Wait, I got that name wrong, but
Yes, way wrong.
Live on stage show, and then she's also at that character breakfast at the Hollywood and Vine. But now she's going to be available for a meet and greet in the animation courtyard starting May 2015. And what she does, since you asked, she's a 6-year-old with a magic stethoscope that brings her toys to life, and then she diagnoses their ouchies and helps cure them.
That's very accurate.
And family services is not involved in investigating this.
It's I guess not yet.
Sorry.
So she works on stuffed animals.
Yes.
She works on her toys that come to life with her magic stethoscope.
Point to
Yes.
the place.
And she attends to their medical needs.
Where did the rhinoceros touch you?
No, not the rhino.
That's why I said rhinoceros. I saved that one. Where did rhino touch you? Okay, you're right. Yeah, we're not going out live, so it's like a whole different vibe. It really is. All right, thank you, JL, for
Still not
bringing
editing any of
that moment of sunshine into my life. Kathy,
And so I have to follow that.
yes, you do.
Okay, the Aloha Isle and the Sunshine Tree Terrace switched locations. So if you want to get a Dole Whip now, you have to go to the Sunshine Tree Terrace.
Honestly, I think this is a good thing because they have a lot more room for that
Oh,
queue
most
to
definitely,
form
yeah.
over there by the exit of Tiki room. So I think the way we used to see the Pineapple Dole Whip lines going on either direction, just all the way
Mm-hmm.
down that road that goes through Adventureland, this is going to help manage that.
Yeah, well, that's a location that's designed for food and beverage service.
Right.
So yeah, it does make a lot more sense.
I just don't understand why they couldn't left the names the exact same, but just added the Dole Whip machines over. They did add them a little while ago. I mean, it turns out that it's because they were switching it all around.
Mm-hmm.
But they could have served the Citrus Swirl and Dole Whips over at Sunshine Tree Terrace.
They changed the names too.
That's what I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
The
Sunshine
person
Tree
who's planning
Terrace
their
is
vacation
never a terrace.
180 days out now won't know that. They'll have
Yeah,
to
but
now
there's
go
no
on
Reservations.
priority seatings here. I mean, it's
They plan 180 days out when they're going to get in line. Dole Whips.
But they also. I have to follow up after. There's a restaurant going in behind Aloha Isle, so I'm sure that had something to do also with why they switched it.
will this
There's
be
plenty of room
a
there.
counter service or table service?
Yes.
Just please let it be
think,
table service.
Yeah, I think it's a table service.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of room back there. That's where they used to have Pixie Hollow. That's where they've done Halloween candy
Oh, yeah,
locations.
yeah.
So there's a lot of space back
And
there.
it used to be a restaurant at one time.
Oh, did it really? I didn't realize.
That was before my time, but it was.
It'll be Frozen themed
Yeah.
because it fits right in with.
Well, people were saying Princess Tiana,
That'd be cool.
That'd be good.
so who
An
knows?
Adventureland?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
It does. And
yeah.
she had a restaurant in her movie,
Yeah.
so I think that'd be cool.
I'd put her in Liberty.
There's a lot of adventure in New Orleans. Ask Corey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lot of-
You should. I do. Yeah. What?
That's
yeah,
a whole
Corey.
other show.
Talk to us about your adventures in New Orleans.
My rapid fire is
Had to visit Doc McStuffins when he came back.
on Bourbon Street.
Get a shot.
Oh. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that, Kathy.
Behind me.
Corey, please explain to me why we're talking about this person.
Yeah, very exciting. Travis Tritt and Larry the Cable Guy will be performing at SeaWorld Orlando. Travis Tritt and Larry the Cable Guy have signed to perform at SeaWorld's Orlando
Larry the
Bands
Cable
Brew and
Guy.
Barbecue.
Larry the Cable Guy is a sure sign that we are in end times and this is the apocalypse. I'm pretty sure in Revelations there's something in there about Larry the Cable Guy being a sign that like
He's
It's all
very
gonna
popular.
end.
He's
He's
and
really
I
very
think
rich.
he also lives in Florida.
yeah,
He looks it.
he fits right in.
So Travis Tritt, he'll be performing on March 21st, and then Larry the Cable Guy will be on Sunday, March 22nd. So they hate whales.
They hate whales.
No, they love whales. They hate sleeves, apparently.
Yeah.
Something in sleeves.
Thank you, Corey. Rhino, do you have a rapid fire? Of course not.
What?
So we'll just move right along. Dustin Thomas.
Yes, I have that there is new Indiana Jones merchandise available at Disney parks in both Disneyland and Disney World. In Disney World, it's at the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. I forget what the gift shop there is called, but the new items include new pins, hats and whips, T-shirts. And
And you can also meet Doc McStuffins there.
The 50 Shades of Grey restaurant. Gift shop, is it? With the whips and How many preschools do you think are listening now?
You know,
Jalen?
I was wrong when I said that was out there for the preschoolers. I take it back.
What else are you gonna have?
So you can buy whips.
Yes. I mean, you could already buy the costume items and stuff like this, but they have special branded merchandise. I
Ball
think
gags.
What am I going to do with this? What? Oh, man.
Indiana Jones in the Search for Relevance.
Indiana Jones has new merchandise. Check it out. That's all I got.
All right, thank you, Dustin.
You're welcome.
And Craig with the rapid fire that will set the internet aflame.
Oh yeah,
Very exciting.
Winged Encounters, the Kingdom Takes Flight, moved from its previous location that I don't know where that was to in front of the Tree of Life, and I don't know what Winged Encounters.
I was just gonna say, you're saying words I don't even know.
Okay,
Putting words together.
Winged Encounters is this thing that they do with like macaws, and they go out and they fly over everybody, and they land
Wasn't
in their
that
special.
Pocahontas and her friends or something at one point?
That's Flight of Wonder.
They have
Wonders
Flight of Wonders,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a show. This isn't like a show. It's a thing that happens in the park every day, where the birds fly out over the park and then they land in their special spots in the macaw area.
It's moved.
And then Doc McStuffins touches them.
Different park.
She's a veterinarian now.
Yeah.
You just went for like the first thing you could find.
Has anyone ever seen that?
I was
just gonna say, I know Kathy.
I was there the other
My
day.
favorite thing.
No, I was there the other day and I was trying to find where they were supposed to roost, but apparently they were all up in the trees, and I happened to be sitting under one of the trees where the macaws were. That I'm there like, oh, did Disney think about that? Like,
Did something happen?
no, but you could be sitting there and getting a little Disney, not pixie
Magic.
dust, but
A little bit different kind of pixie dust.
More than likely, this change in location is due to whatever construction they're doing, if I had to guess. I don't think this would be for any other reason than that. I don't understand why it would be.
Could be. I don't care.
Again, how to announce it so people can put in their My Disney experience.
Yeah, really. You have to rework your entire itinerary and touring plan now that Winged Encounters has moved in front of the Tree of Life.
Ruining my vacation.
So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for Rapid Fire. And this is where my script ends.
Well, we could talk about the movie announcement if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
There's a movie announcement.
there's a movie announcement. Disney announced.
No one saw this coming, by the way. This is a hit us all by complete shock.
Disney announced Frozen 2 sequel.
Which I thought was already announced. I was surprised that this had been a big thing.
I hadn't heard anything before that.
Oh.
No,
Before
look,
this week.
people. By the time the construction is done at Hollywood Studios, we'll be on Frozen 14. So there's going to be so many of they're not going to stop until they run it into the ground, and that everybody is sick of Frozen. But of course, there's going to be a Frozen 2. The thing made $1.5 billion, so
Man.
I
they'd
was
be crazy not to make another one.
excited they announced at the same time the Tron 3 had like a filming start date with the original director and the actor.
Tron 3, really?
What is this, Tron Supremacy?
What
At
is-
first I was like, probably. But
Tron
did
Ultimatum?
the first two really do anything?
there was only
One.
one modern one, yeah.
Right, but
Tron Legacy.
I think it did well. Like there was an animated series for like a season or something. I think it did okay here, but really well
mean,
overseas or something.
Tron's a cult classic.
I really
type
enjoy
thing.
that
Everyone,
movie,
there's people who like it, and then there's no gray area. There's not people who are like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Either
when it-
like it or hate it.
When it comes to Frozen,
no, I'm in the gray area. It's like it's
Really?
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
when it comes to Frozen in terms of the sequel, Disney has done sequels in one of two ways. They either go to the theaters and it becomes a big smash hit, like, Toy Story 2. I know that's Pixar. Or it could be like The Return of Jafar and go direct to DVD or direct to VHS and not be as big of a hit. I think obviously with Frozen, they're going to want to push it into theaters and make it as big as possible. But I'm not sure that they're going to be able to bottle that magic again.
Well,
in the second time around.
Tron Legacy, 172 million domestic, and 228 million worldwide. So $400 million. Yeah, that's a hit.
It's not bad.
That's a hit.
When was the last time that a Disney animated sequel went to the movie theaters instead of straight to video? Does anybody know?
Disney, not Pixar.
Yeah, animated, Disney.
Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's
Rescuers
been a
Down
while.
Under.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They go straight- if they go to theaters
all
with
the
this.
other ones during the Golden Age, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, all of those went direct to video.
And actually, Toy Story 2 wasn't supposed to go to the theaters.
Yeah, that was supposed to be directed.
Yeah.
Supposed to be direct to video, but it turned out to be so good. That was the other announcement. I don't think we talked about this or not. That there's now Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something about toys.
A romantic comedy is what they said.
Between Jesse
it's
and
not going to be in the same vein as the first three, and they said this one's going to be a
Oh, Doc
romantic
McStuffins
comedy.
will make an
I wish
appearance.
I'd have
Sure.
I wish I'd have picked up where it left off in 3.
Yeah.
Well, then you got the Star Wars announcement with.
Well, she
Rogue Squadron.
doctors toys, so
Episode 8.
I was just going to say, she shows up.
Well, no, the standalone movie,
Oh,
Rogue, whatever.
but it's not about the Rogue Squadron.
No, it's called Rogue One, and that one comes out May 2016, and then there's the next Star Wars movie that comes out May 2017. So it'll be less than 2 years between the one in December and this next one.
But it's not part of the new trilogy, right?
The one in 2017 is,
Right.
but not the one
The
in
Rogue.
2016. It's really confusing now already.
There's also a whole new series of books that they're putting out.
Saw that too, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be in colors. And it's like weird. It's like
okay, I
the
hung in
point-
there as long as I could.
It's like the point of view from other characters in the film. It's really weird.
Can I mention something that I've noticed from going to the parks this last week?
Sure.
You know how we had the discussion about the bathrooms and how disgusting the bathrooms get? Have you taken a ride on a tram lately?
No.
I posted pictures in the Animal Kingdom blog, and I was at Studios yesterday. They are disgusting. Like, I don't think they've seen a pressure washer in years. The coating's coming off the chairs. I was in Epcot last week, and I thought, well, maybe it's just one park, but it's like they've no maintenance.
I avoid the trams. I walk
Well, I think I'm going to start doing that. It's just, they were disgusting. It's like, how hard can it be? Once a month to run them, you know.
I'm surprised.
Hose them down.
No, I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
You know, if you're wearing light-colored clothes, by the time you sit on those seats and get off, you're not.
Oh,
That's not good.
that's nasty.
Yeah.
That's
I have
not
another
good.
transportation thing. I know you want to wrap this up. Someone told me something that I had heard for the first time was now at the bus stations at the resorts, there's a TV screen that tells you when the next bus for the next to your theme park that you want to go to is going to show up. So let's say like if you're at Animal Kingdom Lodge, the screen will say next bus to Magic Kingdom 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't
Next
think
bus
it's at
on.
all of them
It's
yet.
not at all of them?
And there's an app that they're testing, too, that's supposed to be available to everybody, that you could look at the app and know when the next bus is coming.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
in the
That's
next couple
needed.
I have a
months.
question though. This is going to be weird. Kevin and I had this conversation. And he thought I was crazy. Did you ever play bus roulette? Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean?
Yes.
Whatever. We don't care where we're going to go. Just the next bus we get on is where we'll wind up. We don't care what park we're at.
Unless it says Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah. I don't mind hills.
Oh, I love Typhoon Lagoon.
I just wouldn't go to a water park on a whim. Sorry.
Bus roulette, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
never heard of
it
that?
is.
No.
I like that
Yeah.
idea.
You get on the first bus that comes.
It was like once you're 5 or 6 days in your vacation, you'd done everything you wanted to do. It was sort of leave it up to fate. We'll go to whatever bus shows up next.
I'll have to try that. All right. Are we done?
I'd like to go on the record and say that I'm not a racist either.
What?
Is this
What?
you going back to the Polish people?
Oh, his
No,
Cinderella.
I did a blog on Cinderella, and I made a comment about one of the actors was cast. There was only one main black actor, and I thought that it was out of place because Disney should have casted more, especially if they were going to do one. And some people thought that I was racist because of some of my terminology I used. I promise I'm not.
What did you say?
I said he stuck out like a sore thumb.
Well, why would that be the break?
Why is it
I don't-
People just get a little too sensitive.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
sorry. But, all right, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
Oh. Before I'm sorry.
Oh, sweet Mary. Oh, my God.
A 2-hour show.
I've gotten a few messages on Facebook. People, the last time we talked about submitting your Disney confessions, we forgot to give the email that they're supposed to send it to.
Well, they can just go to disunplugged.com/contact, and fill out the feedback form and just make sure you're putting in that it's for Disney Confessions.
Okay.
And that's how we'll get them.
There you
Or
go, everybody.
You
Or
can
they
also
can-
leave us a voicemail for Disney Confessions as well. So, all right, is that it?
Yes.
Can I wrap this up now?
One more thing.
No more confessions, no more racism? Okay, that's going to do it for our show this week. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next time with another edition of the Diz Unplugged. Thanks for being with us, everyone, and remember, stay out of the damn lakes. Have a good week.